Why did Jesus curse the fig tree? The reason Jesus cursed the fig tree is that it did not produce fruit. And the same thing happens with us, if you will. It's a parable to talk about us in our own life, that we need to bear fruit. Now, again, let's talk for a moment what fruit is. Fruit is about others. It's not about yourself. So again, if you watch our daily Mass, you can go back and watch the Mass. It's on YouTube. Today is the June 10th, and watch the homily. And if you don't, so you don't have to watch the whole 20-minute Mass or 25-minute Mass. You just go into the homily. And so the homily today, someone made a comment. Today was another wire brush homily. Wire brush meaning it's kind of a harsh thing to get clean the reality. And so I just sat there and I says, we need to be going deeper. Jesus says, unless your holiness surpasses that of the scribes and the Pharisees, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. The scribes and the Pharisees did everything for themselves. They followed all the rules so they can go to heaven. If you go to daily Mass, if you say a rosary, Divine Mercy Chaplet, do a Holy Hour, but if it's only for yourself, your fruit stinks. If you do all these things so you can go to heaven, your fruit stinks. Because fruit is not for yourself. The fruit of any tree is to give food to others so that they can live. There must be fruit in our life that feeds other people every day, that gives them life. So again, as I was talking to my spiritual director, I says, so since I came to Jesus at 16, truly my number one goal in life is to bring everyone I know into an intimate relationship with Jesus. And so sometimes I do that quietly, sometimes I do that strongly, sometimes I do that yelling and screaming. But the point is to bring people to this intimacy with God. It has to be my whole life when I stand before God was I other-centered? Did I bear fruit that begot life in others? And so that must be the same with you. Are you bearing fruit? Are you doing these things? Do you pray every day? The Divine Mercy Chaplet, do you all do that so you can become more loving, so you can become more caring? Not just so you can go to heaven, because again, the Pharisees were focused on, I want to go to heaven. That it's not about you. You got to know this. And when you give up your life the way Jesus does on the cross, it wasn't about him. It was about giving away. He bore fruit for eternal life, even though it killed him. And so this must be the type of life we live. That's why these people drive me completely insane when they're following all the rules and they're mean and miserable to other people and they're just talking about who's going to hell and you have to do this. This is what you got to do to go to heaven. Really? Is that what we're about only? So I can go to heaven? Well, of course, it got to be what it's about. But going to heaven means you're giving your life away for others. That's the key. Jesus says anyone who seeks their life will lose it. Anyone who loses their life for my sake and the sake of the gospel will find it. It's even eternal life. If you're just doing everything so you can get to heaven, everything you do is out of selfishness. We need to do what we do for love of God and for love of others. That's why we do it, not for our own salvation only. It's a byproduct. We'll get saved when we surrender and die to ourselves and live for Jesus and live for others and bear much fruit. Okay? Hopefully that helps.